My name's Matt Solomon. I was diagnosed with COVID long hauler 4 years ago. We underwent a series of exams, both cardiac, pulmonary, physical exams, and none of the doctors I met with really understood what caused long haulers, so they didn't know how to treat it. So for the last 4 years, we've put Band-Aids on an arterial bleed, so to say. We've treated the symptoms. For me, I went from being very athletic, 6 days a week of activity, intense exercise, sports, without issue, to not being able to breathe and feeling chest pain associated with it. I was showing all the signs and symptoms of a cardiac event: tunnel vision, numbness and tingling, chest pain, shortness of breath, to the point of nearly passing out, but there were no related cardiac symptoms or signs. 4 to 6 months after I had COVID, I started experiencing the symptoms. So not fully debilitating, but lifestyle debilitating. On a scale of 0 to 5, the doctors at National Jewish rated it about a 3. I was put on beta blockers to maintain my heart rate and at least treat that symptom. Other than that, I was told to walk 20 minutes a day, not to push myself too far or I could trigger another downward slope. So it's really been a bummer of a few years. Every time I try to push it, I'd hit a wall. I was on a surf trip in Nicaragua and ran into a doctor from South Carolina who told me he'd had good success with ozone treatments with his patients in combating long hauler syndrome. So when I got back to Colorado, I started looking for clinics that could help me with a series of treatments. A mutual friend referred me to Ridgeline Medical after speaking with Christina, and Christina suggested the EBOO treatments as a stronger version of the ozone that was recommended. So I met with Kim, gave Kim the full backstory. She briefed me on what EBOO was and how it worked, and here we are.
So essentially right here we have what is called EBOO, which stands for Extracorporeal Blood Oxygenation and Ozonation. So Matt had looked and researched ozone treatments, where generally they will take the blood out of one arm, they will ozonate it, and then they will give it back. And generally that takes quite a few treatments. This machine does an average of 30 of those treatments in one setting. So we are on Matt's second EBOO. Matt is also doing a whole package of things. He's doing propane IV therapy. He's doing Methylene Blue. He's wearing Lifewave patches to help increase his own stem cells. But with all of that being said, after that first EBOO, what were you able to experience yesterday?
So I got a wild hair up my rear and decided I was going to try to go for a run yesterday. So I just ran 60-second, 90-second intervals, running for 60 seconds, walking for 90. About 20 minutes into it, I'd run about 1.5 miles. Heart rate during the runs was about 130. Now, mind you, this is on beta blockers, so everything's diminished. I haven't done a run like that in 4 years. The pinching that I felt in my throat, I didn't feel that. Did feel some chest tightness, but I was able to breathe on a 3-second interval, not 1.5 seconds, which was nice. Recovery took about an hour. I was lightheaded. Heart rate was elevated, but once recovered, felt great.